Hello, I'm Dara O Briain. Welcome to my school of hard sums. We're here to resolve one big dilemma, which is, when faced with practical, everyday problems, what's the best method to use? Is it better to apply mathematical principles, or do you dive straight in with a devil-may-care, gung-ho, can-do approach? This show is a battle of brain versus brawn, and tonight I shall be playing the role of brain. Each week, my grey matter is pitched against the brute force of my two comic guests, as we tackle three increasingly fiendish problems that we've never seen before. Oxford professor Marcus du Sautoy is here to set the questions and decide whose approach is the best. And to keep us all on our toes, there's a bunch of brainy maths students having a crack as well. But first, let's meet my competition for tonight. Andrew Maxwell and Marcus Brigstocke. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good.
Very well. Andrew, you strike me as a creature of instinct.
Oh, yes, I'm very much a creature of instinct.
Rather than a creature of reason.
Well, there's a little bit of reason in there, but no maths reason.
Really? But you can still blunder through the things, you know?
I can have a rough idea. You know, if I feel like somebody's undercharged me or oversold me something, I might have an idea.
So you canny street maths.
Exactly.
Yes.
Street maths.
Yes. That's the idea.
If I leave the shop and go, hey,
wait a minute.
2 magic beans. Everybody knows you need 3 to grow a beanstalk.
Yes. Are you easily duped?
Yeah, but yes, no, I definitely am, actually. Yeah, but I'm posh, so for the most part I go, oh, well, life lesson.
I, last year, got into a dubious fight with HMRC, Her Majesty's Customs, because a cheque, they said, I never paid. And then they would write letters like, your lack of action this, we are taking to be a deliberate choice. Yes. And we're going to send bailiffs and stuff like that. So I had to do the whole thing, go to the bank, get it sorted out. They found a copy of the cheque. The cheque was pay HMRC, and somebody had turned the H into a hashtag and the MR into Mr. And then written their own name, which began with a C alongside it, and just taken the money.
To hashtag Mr. Charlie
Murphy, whatever it is, yeah.
Wow!
And they'd gone into back, and like I just said, oh, that's my check, please.
It's my check and my trend on Twitter. My theft is trending.
That's really elaborate.
Yes, I am. A cultural phenomenon. Let's refocus, gentlemen.
Yes.
Let's refocus. Yeah. Do we have a theme for this show?
The theme for today is how maths can get you stuffed. So we've got a food theme for you.
Nicely done.
And the first problem is we're going to have breakfast and some bagels for breakfast. One of my favourite mathematical shapes, what we in the trade call a torus.
A torus, yes. But there was an idea that the universe was shaped like a torus because the curvature of the universe... This is negative curvature over negative curvature over positive curvature?
This is positive curvature.
Positive curvature,
yeah.
Right. So while the two clever maths people talk, if I say to you, Andrew, that's the universe, which bit do you think is Uranus?
I enjoy that too much.
In the bagel. Hi. Let's do sums.
Excellent. So the challenge is, can you cut this bagel with one cut, such that they're 2 rings, but they have to be 2 interlocking rings?
Wow, that's great. Oh, yeah, not so much banter now, is there? Not so much with the ha-ha.
Well, Andrew, let me start off by saying, what did you just say? But what do you mean?
Obviously, if you cut it like that, you get 2 separate rings.
Yes.
Yeah, you're halfway there.
Yes, exactly. But there must be some way of cutting it so that, and I'm going to just do everything, so that basically you've got the 2 rings.
Exactly.
Only
like that.
Not that.
Not that. Not that.
Because,
that, but not that.
But do be careful with the knives, because some of the number of bagel-related injuries in America is an extraordinary high number.
Really?
Yeah.
The most common domestic injury I have is peeling potatoes. I got one of those really nice potato peeler things.
They're meant to be safe.
But sometimes, they're not, because sometimes the smaller potato, your fingers creep out the end, and I end up taking lumps out of my own fingers.
The Irish and their potato troubles, will they ever end? I have a feeling there's like a spiral.
That's what I was thinking, like
that I need to achieve. I don't know why this is all guesswork. Well, there is no maths happening here.
Yeah, but you're saying that there's like a spiral formation through it, and then when you push it, one bit falls through and then it dangles down like that.
The first use of the bagel was a gift during childbirth to the woman. So that's...
really?
Yeah, it's to commemorate childbirth.
To remind her what it used to look like.
Oh, just... I didn't know he booked Dirty Marcus.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. For Marcus, the colour of mathematics is blue. Ladies and gentlemen, blue maths with Marcus Brigstocke. See the way it is? It's sort of like a bracelet that turns in.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming at here. That you go down and you take a chunk out of it, and then the chunk then will go down to down here.
And then,
but I'm not sure if the chunk goes back into around here.
It'll have to, won't it?
Yeah.
It'll have to sort of spiral as it chunks.
Well, there's some interesting constructions going on.
A lot of the students got bananas.
They're all making Möbius strips.
Yeah, which would be great if this was already... What?
Try and cut it like this, sort of. And then when you cut them, then it goes into two.
That's it. At the moment, I'm at slice it in two. It's like this way. Chew one half, reform it into a wet, pasty, doughy hoop, and spit that back through the middle.
Pasty, doughy hoop.
The key to this is this wonderful mathematical object called a Möbius strip, which is, if you make a paper chain, but you twist it. But if you take a Möbius strip, twist it again, I think the key is doing your knife as if it was going around a strip.
What I have managed to do is this. I've got some bread. Dara.
Bread mouth.
I've got a bread mouth. He's not even listening. He's too busy engrossed in his Möbius strip. No. Hello. Look at this. Ooh, He's got something there.
I think you've cut the Möbius strip that I'm unable to begin.
It's not a great material, I would have said this for my...
It is foxy, isn't it?
Join.
Shall I have a go, actually? I'm going to start here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go up here.
OK.
And,
and
then down here. OK, and then let's do the same here. And up. OK. And so it's that spiral, exactly. Marcus was absolutely right. You want to create kind of spiral. And then let's try... Right, we've got this one here. Yep. So let's try and go up.
Oh, sod it.
OK, so here we go. I think I've...
here we go.
So that was the spiral. You want that nice aha moment?
Hopefully, ready? Here we go.
Let's see whether this is going to come apart.
Come on, Marcus, I believe in you.
Yes.
Oh, yes! Oh, look at that.
That is...
Oh, well done.
Oh, that's so good. When you see that, isn't it? That's so pleasing.
That's the pleasure of solving mathematical problems. There you go.
That's
because...
I was practicing all night. I've had so many bagels at home.
I just remembered why I managed to get anything right in maths. I used to get a brainy boy to do it for me.
Slicing a path along a single Möbius strip will give you one slice almost twice as big as your original bagel. Slicing along a double twist Möbius strip gives two separate slices, except here you've wrapped them around each other, so the two slices are now interlinked when they separate. As well, you've clearly used as a teaching aid for some time. Actually, it's a fresh one.
The maths of bagels. But actually, I think I'm going to give the round to Marcus and Andrew, because Marcus was the first one who came up with this idea of doing a bit of a spiral. So, first round to Braun.
OK, great. So join us after the break, where we'll also see the show's big problem. But before that, here's something to ponder over the break. You're hosting a barbecue. If you put a burger in each bun, there's a burger left over. But if you put two burgers in each bun, there's a bun left over. How many burgers and buns do you have? Before the break, I asked, you're hosting a barbecue. If you put a burger in each bun, there's a burger left over. But if you put two burgers in each bun, there's a bun left over. How many of each do you have? You've got 4 burgers and 3 buns. Welcome back to School of Hard Sums, pitting me as ever against my fellow comics, in this case Marcus Brigstocke and Andrew Maxwell, the battle to find out which method is best for solving those everyday problems that we all have. So, Marcus, what's the next question?
The next question is about mixing drinks. Actually, we're going to mix some wine together. So I've got a glass of red wine, glass of white wine. So, Marcus, if you could take 1 unit of the red wine and put it in the white wine.
Pour it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Lord.
All right, that's right.
Rosé.
Make a nice... Exactly.
OK.
Great. Excellent.
Lovely.
Yep. And Andrew, if you could take the shot glass and take a unit of the rosé and put it in the red wine.
All right.
Apparently people can't tell, even wine connoisseurs, the difference between red and white wine if you just colour it, blind tasting.
Is that right?
What I want you to tell me is, do you think that there's more white wine in this red glass here, or more red wine in the one that was originally white?
There's more red in the one that was originally white because that had a full shot of just red wine into the white, whereas this had a mixture of white with some red poured back into it.
Straight for the answer.
Also, I'd like to say...
It makes me think it's definitely wrong. But it cannot be wrong.
I think he's also right because this one's red and there's no white in the red glass.
What, that didn't instantly go white.
I'm joking. I joke, I kid, of course.
So, starting off with a glass of red wine and a glass of white wine that are exactly the same size, if you take a shot from the glass of red wine and pour it into the glass of white, then take a shot of wine from this glass and pour it back into the red, is there more white wine in the red glass or more red in the white glass? Well, let's say pinkish glass.
Oh, you want to...
I've seen a thing.
Go.
Oh, there was more... It's the same. No. Ah, balls. Yes, it's the same because there was more fluid in there. There was an extra shot's worth of fluid in there. So despite the fact it was diluted, I then put that amount of liquid into a glass that contained less. So my initial assumption was probably wrong, and I think the answer is that it's the same.
You've moved the same amount of liquid from there to there as you moved from there to there.
Yes, but when I took it out of there, there was more in there.
Yes.
And when I poured it into there to bring them back to a level amount in both, there was... My brain has now...
Dara, what's your kind of... what's your math brain saying?
I know, my math brain is saying, yes, they're the same. There's the same amount in both. Right, okay? Because you take a certain amount over, you change the proportion, right? But you bring back the same proportion over again. If you know what I mean. So therefore, you do actually... It's hard to say. If you take 10% of this out over here, right, and then mix it in all with this, right, you're not only you bringing back some white, you're bringing back some of the red again into this. So you're left with...
is that a proof?
It's not quite a proof, is it? No, it's not.
Bollocks of a proof.
Hard. I was giving an example, sorry.
This is weird for me. It's like hearing death threats in another language. I know you're angry with each other, but I've no idea who owes who in the souk. Let's say there was 100% in both of them. Then you took 20% out of there and you put it in there. Now there's 120%.
No,
there's a glass full of
20%
effort. Say there's 100 in, right?
Yes.
And you take 20, let's take 10% out, make it easy, right? So you take 10% out, right? So there's 100 red and 100 white, right? So you take 10% over, right? So now you've got 90 red and 110 red and white, where it's... The ratio is 10 to 1, red to white. Okay? So then you bring the 10 back, 10% of that back over again.
Well, not 10%. You're taking a unit of 10.
You're taking a unit of 10.
Unit of 10.
Right? But the ratio of this remains the same. Right? The ratio of red to white still remains 10 to 1 here. Right? And over here, you have essentially what's left. Am I right? Am I right?
Well, look. Which one has got the most liquid in?
Now the same.
They're the same, exactly. So this one has got some red wine, but some of it's been taken out.
Yes.
Where is it?
It's there.
It's in that
and it must have displaced some
replaced by?
Some white must have come over there.
So the red and white is the same.
You don't need to do any of this.
You don't need to do any of it.
You're right.
Just use a bit of this.
Whoa.
Right. Go on, Dara. That's great. That's really sorry. It's really simple, right? You start with two that have... We picked a number, right? 100, right? 100%, right? And there's 100% here. You do some stuff, and then at the end of it, how much liquid is there? There's still the same 100. And there's still 100 here. But you know there's less red than there was here, and that red has to have gone here. Right? But that's 100. So something must have come the other way. So for them to be the same, the amount of red that went that way is exactly the same as the amount of white that came that way.
Just has to be.
Because otherwise,
it's been
more red went
what's
over
the red being replaced with?
Came back.
It's been replaced with white wine.
Are you with me?
No, I've got a problem with this.
What have you got a problem with?
Well, the problem is that I'm back to my original assumption, which is that from your 100 red, 10 went here. And so, in order to get them level, 10 has to come back.
Back there,
But it was only red that travelled this way. and what travelled back was a mixture of red and white.
Yes, I'm not saying it's 10 that's gone in here. I'm saying that the amount of red wine that's been left in there must be the same as the white wine that's been put in here, because there's just been an exchange.
But why must it be?
Because there's these...
Because of the maths.
Because the same amount in both.
Yeah.
So when I said...
that is the thing, that is the key. If they, at the end of it, have the same amount of liquid in both, it has to be the case.
Exactly.
Has to be.
Yeah, exactly. So where's the red wine gone that's not in there?
It hasn't evaporated.
It's gone in there. So what's it been replaced by? By white wine. Yeah. So the white wine in here is the same as the red wine in there.
That actually...
You don't need the maths.
You don't need the maths.
Actually,
you don't need that, but it's right. Remember that after you've made the swaps back and forth, both glasses are still perfectly level. But what was being carried around? Imagine there's 100 drops of wine in each glass, and the shot glass moves 25 drops at a time. After the first pour, the split is now 125 to 75. When I take 25 back, it could be 20 whites and 5 reds. That will give a ratio of 4 parts red to 1 part white in the red glass. In order to ship those 20 whites across, I would have had to have left 20 reds behind, giving a ratio of 4 parts white to 1 part red in the white glass, 4 to 1 again. Whatever new stuff you want to take, you have to leave the same amount of old stuff behind to make the space, so the ratios can only ever be the same in both glasses.
Ah, it's the same. It's the same, but yes, got it. What I was doing in my mind was looking for a full shot glass of red in there and a full shot glass of white.
No, it
and
isn't.
it's neither.
No, it's neither. Exactly.
It's neither, but it is the same.
Yeah.
Because it has to be, because otherwise you'd have a different amount of liquid. Now I see.
Let me
that was close. I actually could feel... I think it's an aneurysm is what I could feel.
Did anyone get points?
I think that there was too much indecision on this side. I mean,
I really
was. And Dara, you started with those lovely numbers over there. So this round does go to Dara and the brains.
OK, fine. Join us after the break when we will finally tackle the show's big problem, and we'll find out exactly why Marcus and Andrew have been spending their time doing this.
Oh, God. 2 A's, 2 B's,
1 C.
1 C. We'll use... What is the most scrummy maths?
Welcome back to School of Hard Sums, the programme that pits me using brains against my fellow comics using brawn. That's all they've got. In this case, Marcus Brigstocke and Andrew Maxwell are supplying the brawn to particularly, bullish, instinctive members of the comedy fraternity in a battle to find out which method is best for solving the maths problems, the ones that crop up every day. We have a major problem, though.
Yep. It's still in the food theme, but this is the mathematics of dim sum. OK, so you've actually... you've gone to a foreign country. You do not speak the language at all. You can't read any of the script or anything like this. Nobody speaks English.
OK.
But you've managed to get a job in a restaurant. There are 9 items on the menu, but you just don't know which ones correspond to which food item. And now you're allowed to order tasting plates, OK? And on each tasting plate, you can have 5 things.
5 things on the tasting plate.
Yes, that's right.
You said there were 9 items on the menu.
9 items on the menu.
A tasting plate can have 5 things on it.
That's right. The question is, what's the smallest number of plates you can order in order to be able to identify all of the 9 objects on the menu?
We use 2 things: my power of deduction and his belly.
That is powerful.
He ate the answer.
I did.
Repeatedly, yeah. Because you've actually gone out and done this now.
We have lived abroad. We lived in a secluded part of
Really?
Where
Manchuria.
did they send you? Manchuria.
That's quite... Really, do our budget stretched to actually sending you to Manchuria and getting you a job in a local restaurant?
Right. Well, no, we had to do that all by ourselves.
Yeah.
We had to use charm and guile.
Anyway,
we feel pretty confident.
I think, yes. I think we did pretty well.
Let me see how you did. I want to see how you attack this problem.
Marcus, what are you doing?
That's brilliant. I just moved my mouth and Chinese words appear. Look.
Hey, that sounds fun.
Here, have a go.
Give it a go.
Now, the joy of working in a dim sum restaurant is the food.
Yeah.
But we don't know what food is unless we can speak the language.
Can you?
Boy, can I. Watch this. No.
What's that?
龍蝦餃
Long ha gao.
龍蝦餃
That's A. What's B?
韭菜餃
Gao choi gao.
Long hao gao. Gao choi gao.
香西餃
Hung sai gao.
Could you
香西
make
餃
this sound any more Irish? Hung soi gao.
What we need to do is master Cantonese.
Simple.
It's one of the it's notoriously basic language. Andrew.
Marcus.
Andrew
Andrew. Marcus.
Marcus
Yeah.
What's your name?
Henry
Henry. What I find weird is
Little bit.
he doesn't speak any English, but his name's Henry.
Yeah, something's up there.
Something's going on there.
Yeah. Shall I tell you my first thoughts on
Please,
this?
tell me what you got.
If we order 5 of them, right, because we can get 5 on each plate, so we'll know what that is. On this, we get 3 of them and 2 of them. And on D and E, we order 4 Ds and 1 E. And then we can work out F to I later on. To be honest, very few people order those.
Imagine I haven't taken in anything that you just said. Is there
Yeah.
another way you could say it so I had a clue what we're doing?
If we said we'll have 5 A's, he'd bring us this, and
know
we'd
what
go,
it is.
that's A. We could do that 9 times separately, and it would be a very inefficient way of doing it, right?
In the loseriest way, it'll take us 9 goes.
Yeah.
But we think we can do it in less through a process
Yes.
of elimination,
Yes.
not using mathematics,
Yes.
but by just using common sense. I mean, the good thing about this is if we mess up, you can just eat our mistakes.
I want you to bear in mind how much it's taking for me not to just eat this raw.
I know that
Okay.
the game Hungry Hungry Hippos was originally called Hungry Hungry
Brigstocke.
Hungry Hungry Big Stuff.
Just me.
Singular.
4 times over with dim sum being pushed into the middle. Shot of soy.
It's a bit early for me. You need to take up drinking again. That's just weird.
That was way saltier than I'd expected.
Really?
A shot of soy.
Yeah, why did you... Yeah, that is...
Oh,
That was showing off.
I was about to do it, and then I remembered I wasn't 15.
Yeah.
Didn't have to.
Yeah. But interesting, you did the same thing, because I said, the first thing probably said, yeah, you can just do this 9 times, and,
Yeah.
you're done.
But it's inefficient.
Yes, it is, yeah.
But tasty.
It would be, yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
45 portions of
45 delicious morsels of the truth.
Yes.
But we did it quicker than that.
OK, fine.
Ah, so there's the challenge there.
Yeah. OK.
Gosh.
I thought
Dara, you're gonna match that.
to the table now. I'm going to try to do this in another mathematical
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get any dim sum. You
No,
just
I
get a
don't
glass
actually get any
board
dim
with
sum,
a
yeah.
white.
You work in a dim sum restaurant where customers can order any dim sum they like from a menu of 9 different types, and their orders will be served up in tasting plates of 5 dim sum, 1 plate at a time. Can you order in such a way that you can work out which dish is which? And if so, what's the minimum number of plates you can do it in?
We have to say the dim sum was delicious, by the way.
Was it nice?
Really
good.
Couldn't be happier for you. I really
Number
couldn't.
1,
A.
A.
Do you have any idea what was in it?
Yes, it was a lobster thing.
It was a steamed, slightly spicy lobster bun. Absolutely sensational.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of dim sum, but every time I do, I think, good old dim sum.
Yeah, should do this more.
Do you know what this problem actually has to do with syphilis?
The amount of your sexual partners?
So if you've had 9 sexual partners...
Yeah. Well, it's actually a problem that the American Army had because there was outbreak of syphilis. It's actually quite expensive to test each individual.
Right.
So it's a little bit like the dim sum exercise you were doing. Because you could have ordered, as you said, you could have ordered 9 plates and it exactly identified what all of them were.
Tested all the soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. So you could just test, but it's thousands of soldiers.
So did they test sample groups of soldiers and go, from this dirty regiment here, we'll take 3 and 2 of them and...
What they did was they took samples, mixed them together, so you could do one test, find out whether there were anybody in that group who had syphilis, and you could use a bit of maths to identify with far fewer tests who had syphilis.
I just had, sorry, apologies for interrupting your chat. I just had an eureka moment and then turned to 12 people going, yes. Yes. But there is one key thing that you could get bogged down in.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that is that A was delicious.
Yes, you can get very much
parcel of lobster.
So you just go, could all of my tasting plates be 5 of A, please?
Do you know, we did do that.
Do you know, having just been discussing STDs, suddenly the small parcel of crab meat. much dirty Marcus.
Dirty Marcus.
New directional maths. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if it's a thing. I'm not sure if it's a thing.
So, Dara, you think you're on the way to a proof?
Yeah, I think we have proof. I'm not
proof. Can you do the proof?
There's nothing elegant about this. There's nothing elegant. It's just. But there won't be one kernel of a sweet thought in it. But
please explain the word elegant with maths. What do you mean by that? What does that mean?
Maths is all about beauty. Maths is all about finding some proof in which the result just tumbles out. Like you unlock a safe and then the door just opens. It's a lovely. And there are times where you do it and it reduces down to the thing you started with, which is you want to prove that this is equal to that, and you take the first half of it on a big long journey and do things, and then it just narrows back down, and it's just, that's very nice. Yeah.
Like football, where it doesn't count. It's all a goal. But if it just rebounds off somebody's shin and goes in...
That's not as beautiful
as 40 yards out and just smash it into the back of the net.
This one is off the shin. This is Tony Adams blundering it in a corner off his cheek and then onto his thigh.
But the rest of the squad's so supportive.
They're all on my side, to a huge extent.
See, our young friends here, they are sort of laughing at Dara's work.
It's really just pointing and
that is kind of what they're doing. I mean, I'm new to the show. I mean, I've watched the first series, but these young people seem to be just laughing at you, Baldy. But what are they laughing at?
He's so close. Just one letter in that blank space. If you put the right one in, then you've done it.
It's appalling.
Just one letter.
But I'm just trying to understand everything.
The group dynamic of it,
No.
They weren't so small when they were copying my stuff off this to do that.
So actually, we can have a little look at Dara's workings.
Good.
Take your tablets.
We can laugh as well.
Yeah, we can...
Dara.
Oh, Dara.
Dara. What? So near. Oh, wait.
No, hang on.
Has he done it in 3?
It looks like he's got 3 plates here, and he's got the dishes. So that's interesting. He's got A, B, C, D.
We're too full of the laughter a minute ago. Right?
Who ate the lobster?
Touché.
So it's interesting. So here he's ordering 2 of something in the last column, and he's ordering 1 of the first 3s.
The B's, the B in A and the B in B column. He's effectively created himself another 2.
Yeah, suppose that second thing was the lobster. That's the only thing which appears once on plate A and once on plate B. There's no other letter which appears once on plate A and once on plate B.
That was the logic we were working on.
And D, for example, there are 2 of those just appearing on plate A.
So he knows already from one plate that that's that.
So what should he put in that missing place?
Nothing. He knows that's the other one.
He could save money.
So he only needs to use 8 of the dishes. So are you leaving that...
Should we go and have a look and see what Dara put in that last place?
Let's take a look at your homework, Dara. It's better be elegant or I'll hate you, boy.
So you put a G in there?
It's not... I have put a G in there. I have put a G in there, because you have to put 5 things down.
But you don't need it.
Well, there is a debate about what you do or don't need. You certainly don't need. You need to get 8 of them, and then that by process of elimination you get the 9th. So
that was my eureka moment, by the way, in the restaurant. Was the moment you've done it in 3, amazing. But when I realised. If you miss 1 out, that's actually helpful to this process.
I want to see how they did, because we left you stuffing your faces. We left you stuffing your faces. Yes. We have no idea what version of this you were doing in a non-blackboard type way.
We were pretty full by the time we left the last BT.
He was full. I let him do the eating, and I did the...
Okay, let's see how they got on in the restaurant.
Dara, your waiters await.
Table for 1, sir. So we know what we're doing, right?
Right, we've got a rough idea.
We've got 9 dishes here.
Yeah, I get that.
He will cook for us any combination of 5 in a single basket. We need to use those numbers to identify what's what. 5 A's, 4 B's and 1 C. 3 D's, 2 E's.
4 F's, 1 G.
3 H's and 2 I's.
Let's put one of them out on each sheet so we know what it is, yeah?
Right, so we got that's 1 C there, that's a C.
So we know that's an A.
And that's a B. So there's 3 of those with the cheeky P. and 2 of them. Those are D's and E's. It might help with the maths if
you eat them. Yeah, we should definitely try it.
To be honest, mate, I don't really care what any of the other ones are. We just have 10 more A's, so we got 3 dragon's eggs.
That needs to get eaten, because you know why?
In case it hatches.
Yeah, exactly.
Something in there was unbelievably spicy.
You need the Heimlich.
I absolutely don't. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's delicious. So what we've done there is we've ordered 5 baskets with combinations of 1 or 2 things per basket.
Never more than 2.
So now we know what everything is.
I think we can get less than 5.
I agree. OK.
I think 5 would be just too damn easy.
If we ordered more than 2 things in one basket, then I don't see how you'd be able to tell what's what.
Why couldn't you order 3 of something, 2 of something, and 1... That's 6.
Yeah.
So completely lost.
What's happened to me is that all the blood that was fueling my brain has rushed to my tummy to deal with the onslaught of dim sum, and now I can't really think. Our problem is, if we had 2 A's, 2 B's and 1 C in a basket, we wouldn't know which was A and which was B, unless in another basket we had 1 A, then we could match that up.
I'm seeing it like Venn diagrams. The A is in this basket as representing 1, but the A is also in here as 2. And then we'll know who that dude is. OK, first one.
2 A's.
2 A's. 2 B's.
1 C.
1 C. That's
so those must be A's.
That's A.
So that's definitely a D.
Which leaves this being the G.
That's the H, because there's 4 of them.
Yeah. By a process of elimination, I is whatever the other thing on the menu
I
is.
the other thing, which we already know from where we stuffed it up before, is vegetarian anyway. It looks like a char siu pork bun. And then they go, oh, yeah, delicious. Oh, what?
Like a Kinder Egg that just has...
a lie inside it. So really, effectively, what we've done here is we've narrowed it down to which of the dim sum is the most delicious.
We've used what is the most scrummy, Matt? And we've whittled it down to...
A.
A.
So the tastiest maths is A. My favourite moment of that is the light bulb overhead moment where you did your Venn diagram thing of the 2 things and went, wait, A's in both. And yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly how you...
Well, let's commit now what your Venn diagrams led you to. We know, Dara, you seem to have done it in 3.
I've done it in 3, yeah.
Students get any better than that? I don't think so. 3. OK, so...
Turns out 3's the magic number here today, ladies and gentlemen.
And Andrew and Marcus, what did you manage to do?
That's an excellent 3.
Oh, 4.
4.
But we ate the lobster.
We did eat the lobster.
For the win.
Which is too close.
I'm so upset. I'm really upset because now that I see that, I think, had we not been as full...
all the blood.
No, I think given another run at it, we might have got that.
So how did you do this? Tell me how you can identify all 9.
Oh, God, it's a case of combining the plates. If you put 2 of a certain dish, that means automatically it stands out. Then you start combining the dishes together, and you see if you combine these 2, suddenly you've got... I mean, you know this and this, so therefore you see what's doubled over here, because there'll be 1 of everything bar the thing that's repeated.
Because we don't speak the local lingo, we have to base our orders on appearances alone. So the key to solving this problem is to work out how to make 9 different types of dim sum appear in 9 different ways and cross them off the menu as we go. On the first tasting plate, order 1 of dim sum A. To make dim sum B appear differently, order 2 of it. 1 A, 2 B's. Not enough space in the place for 3 C's, so we put 1 on this plate and 1 on the second plate. That way we can identify it. In the final space, order dim sum D, and then put another D on a third plate, allowing us to identify this one as well. You can apply the same logic to identify the remaining dim sum. Order 1, order 2, order 1 with a partner on a different plate to fill up the remaining spaces. As long as each dim sum appears differently, we'll be able to identify which one is which when the plates arrive at the table.
The lesson we've learned today is that blood rushes from the brain. That is the most important thing.
It goes elsewhere.
The tum-tum.
But
and no good mathematics are done between the hours of 2 and 3.
Absolutely.
I'd say.
So I think a clear winner is Dara and the mathematics and the students and the brains. So I think overall The programme goes to brains, I'm afraid.
Over that lad.
We demurred to the brains.
Yes. Delighted with that result, I'm thrilled to say, although now surprisingly hungry. At the end of all that, thanks to our youthful energy and good looks of our students on the maths panel, thanks to our grand inquisitor, our question setter, Professor Marcus du Sautoy, and thanks mainly, however, to our guests, the comedians and newly converted zealots to the elegance of mathematics, Marcus Brigstocke and Andrew Maxwell. We'll have more of these ridiculous problems another time on School of Hard Sums. Thank you very much.
And now time for your homework. You've made a giant jelly which weighs 100 kilograms and is 99% water by weight. You leave the jelly out overnight and the water evaporates from the jelly until it reaches 98% water by weight. How much does the jelly now weigh? If you'd like to take a look at the answer or just cheat, go to the website joindave.co.uk.